Before the coronavirus pandemic impacted the lives of people all over the world, more than 35 million people faced hunger in the United States, including more than 10 million children. To put this into perspective, Texas, the second most populated state in the country, only has a population of 29 million people, roughly 6 million less than that of the amount of hungry people. The most shocking part about this is that that is a total before the pandemic, which shut down the entire world, sending many into a financial nightmare. The reason for this large number of people facing hunger is that the fact that poverty is a major issue in our beloved country. When people think of poverty, they often think about homeless people. However, the homeless population in our country is only around 600,000, which barely scratches the surface of the amount of hungry people. The main reason poverty is such a big issue in our country is due to the fact that we have an absurdly large unemployment rate. The unemployment rate in the United States is 6.1%, and to compare that to that of the United Kingdom, which is 5.6%, ours is drastically bigger. The percentage of people who are unemployed skyrocketed due to the pandemic shutting down many businesses and leaving people with nothing. However, COVID doesn't deserve the bulk of the blame because this has been an issue in our country since before the virus was even a thought. The reason the unemployment rate and the homeless percentage in our country is so high is because there's not enough jobs to support everyone in the country, leaving many without one. Those who have jobs are lucky, but even then, it sometimes isn't enough to just have a job. Many jobs pay minimum wage, and that could work depending on your living situation. However, it doesn't work for most people, as minimum wage doesn't add up to enough to support a family without skipping a few meals. Another issue with the jobs that people have is that many people suffer from inequality in the workplace, such as women and minorities who often get paid less due to their gender or race. Most people would try to combat this by saying we should raise the minimum wage, and that could work in some cases, but raising the minimum wage only helps those who have jobs, not those who don't. The problem stems from the lack of high quality education in our country. Most of the things that you can learn in school when you're younger don't end up being practical in the real world and thus become a waste of time. To truly begin to solve the issue at hand, we need to start from the beginning. We need to educate our future generations on finance and give them lessons with real world practicality, instead of teaching them how to use the Pythagorean theorem for a test that won't matter in the grand scheme of things. Teaching high schoolers how to do their taxes or how to save money can greatly impact their futures and the future of our country. But it doesn't stop there. We need to create equal opportunities for both men and women in the workplace and provide them with equal pay for equal work, which would be another big step in tackling the issue of poverty in our country. Although this will help, in order to truly fight poverty, our government will ultimately need to step in and create an effective plan to boost job growth. Just imagine a world where people go off to work knowing they won't have to be discriminated against due to the factors that they can't control in order to earn enough money to sustain their families and make sure that no child has to suffer from hunger because their parents' best isn't enough. In order to make this dream a reality, we need the government to help us achieve our goals. However, if we can't rely on the government to provide us with more jobs, we need to start it in our own neighborhoods and hire those who don't have jobs to fulfill the services we need, no matter how small.